Oh man, that's so cool.
A bolt backing itself out.
Will he make it in there?
Turn that AC down. Welcome back to the Bimmer Barn, everyone. Today I bought another BMW, and it's a wagon too, in case you couldn't tell. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you guys exactly what I bought in a second, but first I have to get this car home. And I'm going to show you guys, this thing makes a lot of noises. The belt is about to fly off. The oil in it is all old. Literally, it didn't have any oil in the motor almost. There was nothing reading on the dipstick just a second ago when I picked up the car from the buyer, from the seller. And I asked him, hey, can I borrow some oil to put in the car? And the only oil that we had was used oil. So I put in probably like 3 quarts of used random oil just to get this car started or safely running. And now we're driving the car back home. I've got Alex. He helped us out on the 335. Shout out to Alex for helping us out again, giving me a ride to pick up another BMW like this. I'm super grateful to have friends like him. And yeah, it's really hot in this car. The windows don't work. They are tinted, but they're falling apart. And all I'm gonna say is that right now I want to turn on the air conditioning. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna show you guys some clips of the car. And then once we get the car at home, I'll give you guys an overview of, you know, how much we bought the car for and some of our plans. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let's get right into it. So this has gone from bad to worse pretty quickly. Now we have a battery light on and a transmission light on. I stopped on the road for a second to check if the belt was still on the car, and it is. There is a bolt that is backing itself out though, which is bad. So hopefully this car can hold together for the drive home. Otherwise, if that belt goes, we're not in good condition. But if the battery dies, we're also not in good condition. We're not gonna have a good time. And yeah, clearly the battery's not charging because the transmission's in a fail-safe and the battery light is on. The ABS light is on, so that's good, but that's also related to the transmission. And hey, we got a bulb out, so might need to check that out. But wish us luck, guys. Hopefully we get this car back in one piece, and I will check in with you guys when we get back to the house.
Moments later.
So we're now dead in the water. I think the belt tore because I didn't have any power steering at the end.
Yeah, belt is still on there.
He said, look at this bolt right here. There's literally a bolt backing itself out. So this was on a second ago, but it was not plugged in all the way. So I'm wondering if that is, well, I mean, now what's the point? Well, it doesn't go on all the way. No, it's, yeah. Come on. Yeah. Definitely the battery's dead. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah, this belt is gone.
Belt's done.
Yeah, the belt popped itself back there. It's routed correctly, but yeah, something happened with like...
No, what I think is the screw unscrewed itself from the block to where it's just hanging by just the surface area that's inside the... You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that is a healthy radiator crack and leak. Well, maybe an old leak. Maybe it's not leaking right now. But yeah, took the airbox off. This was loose. That's no good. And the belt is off. That tensioner bolt is completely backed out. Need to either find a way to get battery power to drive it back, or fix the belt so that it can charge itself and drive. Alrighty, car, you better still be there when we get back. Not sure if that would be a good thing or not. There she is, dead in the water.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Oh man, that's so cool. awesome.
Yeah. He wants to do a nice pull.
And we get back to the car, it's on jack stands.
I noticed. I wonder if it'll still run with that plugged in.
I might as well just leave the hood open, it's not.
Okay. Yeah, go for it. Will he make it in there? We'll see.
All-wheel drive power, baby.
Easy. Look at that. Yeah, come up a little more. Yeah. That's honestly fine.
It just stalled right there. Alex putting the chains on. I put mine on. And I was looking over at this arm and I'm like, oh my God, what is this? And of course, look at the one on this side. So I don't know. I know the car was sideswiped and there was some damage in the front, but it looks like one of these arms is bent right here. Definitely that needs to be replaced. That's messing up the alignment. So man, first look under the car, a little bit of rust. Not very excited to deal with this. This car has just got tons of surprises already. I'm almost scared to get it home and put it on the quick jacks and see what's wrong with it. But yeah, we got the trailer now because the car stopped on the side of the road. I was gonna bring some stuff to come fix it, and I figured rather than sit here with the sun going down and trying to fix the car, I just went and got a U-Haul trailer so we could load it up, use the jump box to get the car loaded on the trailer. Now it's strapped down, we can get the car home safely and not risk making any more damage to it. So yeah, seeing this thing, the more you look at it, right, the more that you find. So yeah, we're gonna continue. I really appreciate Alex's help. Shout out to Alex. Really appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna get the car home now and then I'm gonna show it off to you guys.
The next morning.
So we've got the car back home in one piece. It's the next day, and you know, the battery's dead, obviously, because I think I exhausted as much juice as there was left in it just trying to get the car started and off the trailer, on the trailer. And I originally had it in the driveway, but you know, just trying to move it once this morning. I think right here is going to be a better spot for it. So the first thing that we're gonna need to do is fix that belt situation so that the alternator can charge itself up. And what's funny is that the previous owner actually mentioned he had replaced the alternator. So, you know, those are obviously pretty expensive. This one is brand new and the battery is only like 6 months old. So once we fix that up, the battery should get charged up and we shouldn't have any issue moving this thing around. But this thing needs a lot of service, a lot of maintenance, just taking a look at it. And since we loaded it on the trailer, I already know that the rear suspension in the car is bent and that's gonna have to be sourced and replaced as well. So I have a lot of price checking to do and just kind of seeing which direction we're gonna go. Originally, I thought it'd be really cool to have this car and do a manual swap on it, and I'm still not opposed to doing that, but currently it's looking like it's gonna need a lot of parts just to get it in what I would call a really good condition. And there's also a little bit of body damage, not a lot actually. So besides the fender, the door has a slight crease on this side, but it's coming out, so that should be able to be tapped back in. And then behind here, there's like a small dent, but I should be able to get the carpets out and maybe a PDR guy can get that from the inside as well. Because otherwise, the paint is original and really nice on this car. You can see another small dent right there, so that's not a big deal. Probably pop that out. And also, I realized that the front bumper has a pretty nice size gash in it. So body is not too bad on this car. I think with a really good polish, most of the paint's going to come out good. Some PDR, and then replacing this fender should make it actually really a good looking car. And the doors have just a small amount of rust. I think not even on the passenger side, but on the driver's side of the car. You know, we'll check it out in the next video, but there's just a little bit of rust, less than there is on the bottom of my 5 Series. So this car would be a really good winter car, and hopefully we can make it really nice and reliable. Here inside the car, I'm super happy that we got this nice looking black interior. The seats are in great condition. They are the base model seats, I guess. Would be pretty cool to do like sport seats in this thing if we did like a manual swap, but again, a lot more stuff to cover first. All the windows need regulators, and the previous owner told me it might have something to do with the tints like peeling off, and he thinks it might have gotten stuck in the mechanism down there, but we'll have to find out. The rear windows are falling on their own, obviously, but at least the front ones are shoved in an up position, and by pressing the buttons we can hear all of the motors working, so at least it just needs regulators, doesn't appear to need any motors. Car has lots of lights. We're gonna have to get that tensioner and the alternator fixed back up before we can see, but I think the main issue with this was like a thermostat code, honestly, and it hasn't been driven in a while, so probably need to like run some seafoam through the injectors, maybe clean those up, and just do a lot of service and fluid changes. But man, this interior, I think we got lucky again. Looks really mint. Back seat as well, looks like nobody ever even sat back here. Door panels look good. We've got this factory silver trim. It's got a really cool pattern to it. I haven't seen this up close in a while. Door sills are there. Carpet looks not half bad, honestly. The carpet mats are aftermarket, so we'll probably end up getting original BMW one, because that'll make the interior feel a lot newer. And it's also really cool that we have the factory cargo net and privacy cover for the rear trunk, but obviously I can't open the rear trunk right now because I'd have to get my jump box out, so we'll have to check that out in the next episode. But yeah, I'm really happy with the purchase. Looking at the rim here, you can see some damage, some pretty heavy damage right here. So I don't know what this was, but this probably has something to do with the bent arm that's underneath the car. So definitely need to check that out. And then obviously the front has got that massive side swipe damage on the fender, but it's a good thing it's just the fender, because that means we can replace it, paint it, hopefully get a good match going on. I get to practice my paint skills, and we'll buff it out, do the whole car buffed out, and I'm sure it'll look great. So that's going to conclude our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and that you're just as excited as I am to begin this project. If you are, go ahead and smash that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you haven't yet. And I hope everyone has an awesome day. We'll see you in the next video.